Today we're going to be looking at how to perform routine maintenance on your SnapMaker U1. I get quite a few questions from people saying how often should they do maintenance, and the answer is that it varies depending on how much you use the printer. If you're running a print farm, obviously you should really be doing this every month, but if you're just a more casual printer like myself, then every couple of months is just fine, in my opinion. Now to get started, we're going to need a few items. Number one is this Super Lube multi-purpose synthetic grease. This is absolutely the one that I recommend. It has never failed me for my 3D printing, and you'd be hard pressed to find someone who doesn't recommend Super Lube for their 3D printers. This product is not specifically listed on the SnapMaker website under their maintenance guide, but it does say any NLGI grade 2 rated product is suitable. Next on my Amazon shopping list, we need some synthetic oil. I chose this one that specifically said it was formulated for 3D printers, but you can also just go and use the synthetic oil by Superlube. There will be links to both of these products in the description down below. Next up, you want some lint-free high percentage alcohol wipes. These lens wipes that I use are 70% plus, but I just use these because I have them. I have glasses. But if you have a big bottle of isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth to apply it with, then that works great too. I'm using this purely for convenience. Finally, I just raided my wife's supply cupboard for a high quality microfiber cloth. High quality microfibers are actually pretty good for not leaving any fibers behind, but cheap ones, your mileage may vary. Most of this stuff I'm showing you here can be found on the wiki.snapmaker.com. It's a really good resource if you want to use it to follow along also. Number one on our list of maintenance items is this linear shaft / linear bearing. That's what it's referred to as on the website. I would just prefer to refer to it as the Y-axis, because that's what it's called on Bamboo Lab printers. Either way, it's a big shiny rod, and there's one on the left side of the printer and there's another one on the right side of the printer. So there's two in total that we need to clean and wipe down with our isopropyl alcohol wipes. Also, don't be afraid to move the tool head to get underneath where it currently is. Just try to give it a generally good scrub. You don't have to get all the way around to the other side, because there are quite a few belts in your way that will prevent you from doing that. Once you've cleaned off as much residue as you can, I'm going to grab my microfiber and just quickly go over it to make sure there's no more remaining dust or debris. And now I'm going to grab the oil and I'm just going to put on a few small dots just as prescribed. And that was about 1 drop every 5 centimeters or 2 inches. I'm really not trying to go overkill with it, because if it lands on the belt below, it could cause more problems than it's worth. If any looks like it's about to run off, then just try and hit it with one of those dampened isopropyl alcohol wipes. And then once we've repeated that step for both sides of the printer, we can just grab onto our rail and slowly start moving it backwards and forwards. Now, I'm probably going a little bit too fast here, to be honest. The slower you go with this, the more the oil will go around the rail and penetrate better. So go backwards and forwards slowly a couple of times and it should all penetrate around the rail. And then if you put it on like I have, you should have some small globs of excess oil built up at the ends where it couldn't move any further. So you just want to wipe those off with a little alcohol wipe to stop them dripping somewhere else. And so we've successfully finished lubing our Y rail. Now we're on to the second maintenance item, which is cleaning our X carbon rod. This rod, because it's made of carbon, doesn't want any oil or any other bizarre treatments. It literally just wants a clean. So I'm going to grab one of those high percentage alcohol IPA wipes and rub down both of these carbon rods. Again, moving the tool head out of the way so I can get underneath it and clean it properly. This might seem like a really small maintenance item, and it is, but it can seriously extend the longevity of these carbon rods. And that is how you clean and maintain the X rail. So the third item on our maintenance quest is actually going to be using that grease, and it's going to be greasing the lead screw, also referred to as the Z screw. You have 3 of these in your printer, 2 of these are on the left side and there's 1 on the right. These big screws are responsible for dragging the bed up and down, so a little bit of grease is going to make sure these parts don't wear out quickly. What we're going to do is apply a couple of small blobs, just a bit smaller than a pea, up the Z screw itself. This is one of those when you ask how much, people would just say enough. But I would say just smaller than a pea, maybe every 3 inches or so. I probably did closer to 2 inches or 50 millimeters here. And I ended up having to wipe quite a bit off at the end. So once you've gone ahead and done that for all of the screws, then we can actually turn the printer on and we can start to raise the bed up and down. But before I do that, I would just like to highlight that there is a rod next to this screw that I am unsure whether it should be lubricated or not. At the time of making this video, there is nowhere in the documentation that says these vertical supports should be oiled, but in Bamboo Lab versions, they should be oiled, exactly like we did with that Y-rail first. So what I'm going to do is just put a few small drops of oil onto this because I really don't see how it could hurt. The screw is still responsible for dragging the bed up and down. All this rod does is keep it centered. I went back with one of my dry wipes and I just went over it just to flatten it down a bit and make sure it surrounded the rod. There's one of these rods next to each Z-screw. The other side, they're a little bit more difficult to get to, but I still managed to put a few little drops on and it should hopefully distribute itself over the rod. Now with those things greased and oiled, it's time to turn on the printer and we can start tramming the bed up and down to distribute it all for us. You just need to go to the control page and then you need to hit the home in the bottom corner, which will then home the bed. It won't let you do any other steps before you've actually homed the bed, so once it's finished doing that, we can move it up and down as we want freely. You can see here that I didn't heed my own advice and I put a little bit too much on, so I had some excess to wipe off later, but it's not the end of the world to wipe off some excess. Once it's finished homing, we can just ram it up and down a couple of times and that will better distribute that grease over that screw. The fourth maintenance thing that we're going to do is cleaning our steel pins / steel balls that are on our tool heads. Now to do this, we're going to start with our alcohol wipe. And you can see when I've zoomed in that on each tool head there is 3 of these silver ball looking things. And that is what we want to clean with our alcohol wipes. I just did the best I could here, tried to get off as much grease as I could and just tried to get it back to looking shiny. The main reason that we're doing this is because dust and particles will stick to the existing grease and build up over time, making it a pretty terrible connection to our tool head. So by cleaning it up and applying new grease, we're just making sure that everything will continue to play nicely. Obviously we need to repeat this for all 4 tool heads and I had to work quite quickly before my alcohol wipe started to dry out. Now we can grab our super lube and begin to replace that grease that we just took off those 3 pins on each tool head. Now if you remember what it looked like when you first took your SnapMaker out of the box, that would be very useful right now. But if you don't, it was just a slight smattering of grease on top of that pin, really just enough to make contact smoothly. That's what I ended up with it looking like. The end of the super lube tube is actually quite a wide end, so it does fit over the top of this quite nicely. Now the 5th and final maintenance item that I will show you today is these Pogo Pins, as they're called. These basically connect into the back of that fan end and interface with it. So what we're looking to do here is just grab one of our wipes, but this would actually be a really good job if you have isopropyl alcohol and maybe a cotton bud, since we're not trying to disturb that grease that we've just done. All we're looking to do here is really lightly just scrub the end of those contacts. We're not using anything abrasive or really scrubbing hard, just a light cleaning of the contacts. And that is basically all you need to do to regularly maintain your SnapMaker U1. If you've done a maintenance because something's not working right, then you can also rerun a calibration at this point and see if that fixes things. But if everything is working right, then please consider subscribing to the channel as it really helps. And there's nothing left to say other than I hope your printer is in good health for many years.